Welcome to another exciting episode of the Dream Home Doorway podcast. If you've ever dreamed of building your perfect home, you're in the right place. Today we have Leah and Julia from Red Door Homes ready to share some easy to understand insights and tips for anyone thinking about taking the plunge into the world of home building. Leah and Julia are two of the Dream Home specialists at Red Door Homes, and they're your first point of contact when you reach out with questions. They'll be talking about everything from how to get started on your home building journey to addressing common concerns and misconceptions. Whether you're a first-time home builder or someone looking to make your dream home a reality, this episode is packed with practical advice and stories to inspire you. I'm Rachel Starrett, and this is the Dream Home Doorway podcast. So sit back, relax, and let's explore the doorway to your dream home together. Welcome, Leah and Julia. Really excited to have you both here with us today. I would love to start by having you just share a little bit about yourself and how you found yourself at Red Door Homes. Leah, we'll start with you.
Well, I'm Leah. I've been with Red Door since 2022. I worked for another builder based out of North Georgia, and I was an online sales counselor there. And I did that for 2 years. I pursued another career in marketing, and then I received this call from Jen, who's with Do You Convert? And Do You Convert is the company that trains online sales counselors. And she called and was just like, hey, you want to come back to the home building industry? And I was like, yes. So she said Red Door was looking for a rock star and had me in mind. And I'd heard about Red Door before. I did a little bit more research. And once I learned more about Red Door, it was a no-brainer for me. And I learned about our values and things like our warranty and things that set Red Door apart. And I was like, yep. And here I am. So I've been here for a little over a year now.
And we're glad to have you. And the rest is history, as they say. Okay, Miss Julia, how about you? Tell us a little bit about yourself and your journey here to Red Door Homes of the Carolinas.
Yeah, so I'm Julia. I came here from a real estate background, actually, so I kind of dipped my toe in a little bit. I was doing something quite similar there to what I'm doing here. I was fortunate enough to join the Red Door team almost 2 years ago now, and I loved it from day one. I love the energy, I love our team, love the work we do. It's a lot of fun, and I started working with our Winterville Design Center. I was there for almost a year, maybe closer to like 9-ish months. And I decided I wanted to take the leap into working with our potential homebuyers a little more proactively. So I took the opportunity. I joined our online dream home specialist team a little over a year ago. And I might be biased, but I think we have the coolest team around. And it's been great. I've really enjoyed it. I love what we do.
Yeah, a lot of fun. We're glad that you're here too. And I started as the first dream home specialist at Red Door Homes back in 2017. And really, that's where I grew my passion for home building and helping to educate others who are interested in potentially building their own home, or at least getting more information about what that looks like. And where I decided to build my home with Red Door as well while I was an online sales specialist. And so I'm really excited that everybody gets to hear a little bit about what to expect as you're in that discovery phase before you've even picked up the phone or submitted an inquiry online. We're going to give you, the listeners, an idea of what that looks like and what happens, once you hit submit or you call, our number on the website. So it's going to be a really informative episode, and we're going to jump right in. So my first question is, how do you go about understanding the unique needs and preferences of potential customers during your interactions? And Leah, I'm going to throw this question to you first.
Yeah. So one thing that I always ask customers when you're on the phone is, tell me a little bit about what brought you to Red Door. And I can get a lot of information from just that question. Maybe something happened in their life that has led them to decide to buy. Maybe they're looking for something bigger. Maybe they're growing their family. And it will just kind of help me understand their background, their motivation, and I can help them pick a plan, guide them on how everything works, and also just ask them the question of who are you going to be enjoying your home with, and that will also clue me in onto what their wants and needs might be. But I really want to focus on them and what they want in their home, because after all, they are building their home.
Yeah,
So
absolutely. All right, Julia, how about you?
Yeah, so I mean, similar to Leah, for me, it just all starts with just having that conversation. So, just talking through what led you to this point, what brought you to Red Door, what's inspiring you to want to build your dream home. We get a lot of different answers for that. Are you growing your family? Are you downsizing? Did the kids go to college? Just want to know what we can do to best help you reach your goals. Everybody is going to be a little bit different in their why. We're here to understand that why and to get you to the how of it.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think you guys kind of answered, part of this question already, but there might be some, additional questions. But what questions do you ask to tailor your guidance to their specific situations? What questions, can our listeners expect once they finally, speak with one of you or one of our dream home specialists?
one thing that I ask is, what is most important for you in this new home? Because a lot of times people are moving from a home that, it's not their dream home, and they might love it, but they don't love it. So there's something that they are just really, really wanting. So, or maybe they have their perfect home already. They just need something bigger. So that's one question I'll ask is what is most important for you? And sometimes they don't answer with, it's a specific room or it's a specific quality. Maybe they're going to tell me something like they just want something affordable, and then, I'll ask them, well, what's something about your current home that, you might change, or what's something about your current home that you want to keep? And all of those questions will really guide me to help them pick out a plan or a couple that we can compare that might work for them and their unique wants and needs.
Absolutely. Julia, anything you'd like to add of specific questions that you might ask to, help guide their specific situation?
Yeah, similar to what Leah said, who's going to be living in your home with you? Who's going to be helping you design your home? I really like that. Is there something specific that triggered this move? So sometimes there is, and sometimes there isn't. You get a lot of information from that, especially. If you're thinking about buying or building a home is a big decision, and there's probably a lot of emotions attached to that. What kind of emotions are attached to that? So I just, want to know all of those kinds of things as well. I have somebody I'm talking to right now who is, I'm not going to say his name, but he's proposing to his girlfriend next week, and I'm really excited about that. But he's looking at them building a home sometime soon, so that's kind of why he's looking, and just stuff like that. I love it.
Yeah, that's really exciting. What I hear from both of you is just how important it is to really understand their individual situation so that you can provide them with a next step that's going to be based on, what they need and what they're looking for because everybody is so different. Leah, for someone thinking about building a home, what advice would you give them for getting started on their journey? Very beginning, haven't reached out to us yet. What's your advice?
Well, take the step. Don't hesitate. Make a phone call. Make the phone call. Call us. Have a conversation. That's going to be one of the best ways to just educate yourself on what you need to do to prepare, because you're building a home, and that's a big, big step. So you wanna have a conversation. And even if you're not ready to do anything, or maybe you think you aren't ready to do anything right now, that conversation is really crucial. Um, I might also suggest, look at your financials, check your credit score and see if there's anything there that might hinder you from taking this step. And if there is, see what you can do to help yourself on that or get some help. And then also make a wish list. Make a wish list of everything that you could possibly dream of in your dream home. Because the worst case scenario is you can just dial back on some of those things if it ends up being something that you can't do everything of. But it's really good and really fun to make a dream home wish list. Like if you could build your perfect home, what would it have in it? So I think those are some things that you could do in the very, very beginning that can help you. And at the end, just make the phone call. Just make the phone
Great,
call.
great advice for sure. Are there any common questions or concerns that people often have at the beginning of this journey that you hear frequently?
Yeah, a lot of times some of the questions that I'll hear is, well, we're not ready for a meeting just yet. We don't want to come in just yet because we're still just thinking about it. We don't have land yet, things like that. And I would still just say, go ahead and come in. We still want to visit with you. We still want to meet you, because those are two things that we can actually help you with is finding land. And even if you feel like you're not ready yet, we have that discovery tour that we offer that is for everybody, whether you are, ready to start building tomorrow, you have everything and you're ready to go tomorrow, or you know what, you're still 2 years out and you're still thinking about it, we still want to see you, because at the end of the day, it's all about just educating yourself. And that's a big step, is that discovery tour and educating you and getting all the information that you need to make the right decision for you and your family.
Sure. And I think, one of the big misconceptions is that, when you come visit with Red Door Homes, that we're going to pressure you to buy. And I'm really here to tell you, we're not here to sell anyone a house. We are here to help you build and purchase a home if that's what you choose. And there is not a person inside our organization that is going to try and pressure you into buying anything. We are truly here to educate you and help you decide, give you the information that you need to decide if this is the right move for you. And for some people, it's not, but arming yourself with the information and the knowledge is the best way for you to feel confident about whatever decision it is that you make moving forward, because you've got all of the information. And so that truly is, what we're here to do. Julia, can you tell everyone what is a discovery tour? Kind of walk us through what a potential home buyer can expect during their discovery tour with us.
Yeah, for sure. So, since I came to our team directly from our design center, I can tell you I've actually given quite a few tours myself. So, really, your discovery tour is just going to be your first opportunity to come into our design center. It's super fun. You'll get to tour our homes that are there, map out your steps towards your dream home. I always call it our little Candyland map because that's kind of what that map looks like. And you get all your questions answered. It's super fun, very laid back. It only takes about an hour of your day, and you'll get to meet our team who would ultimately be walking with you through the build of your home, see the quality of our builds. You get inspiration from the included features, the customization options, and start to narrow down that floor plan that's going to check all of your boxes. Your dream home consultant would also be able to help you with any resources you might need at this moment. So, say, for example, if you need help finding land, if you don't already have land, or if you need help connecting with a lender to finance your home, it's a good opportunity to get all those resources, all of that information, so that you have it in your back pocket when you are ready to take that next step, whether that is, just like Leah said, whether that's tomorrow, whether that's 3 years from now. I mean, we definitely want to talk to you and see how we can best help you in this moment.
Yeah, absolutely. And at each, we have 4 different model home centers. And at each of those model home centers, we have an included features model, which I think is really important for people to understand. Obviously, we have 22, or so floor plans. We're going to be adding some more, so stay tuned. But we can't have models of each and every one of our floor plans. But we do have a model, each of our model home centers, of our included features. And that's really important because it allows you to see exactly what's included in the cost that you see on our website. And I think for a lot of people, they see the price advertised on the website, and obviously we're an affordable custom home builder. And so, they want to truly be able to see, okay, what does that include? You see the kitchen appliances that are included, your cabinet options, your flooring options, and there's multiple colors for you to select and customize your home for every single feature of the home inside of our included features. So I think it's really important for people to understand that you can see exactly what is included on the website. We are very transparent. And then you also can see some of the bells and whistles and personal choice options that you have. So coming in, taking our discovery tour is a really great way to just start and see what your options are and where you can go from there. Julie, another question for you. What are some common concerns or misconceptions that customers have about the early stages or discovery stages of home building, and how do you address them?
Yeah, I feel like I hear a lot of people worried about how complicated they feel like the journey to building their home is going to be when we really make it as simple as possible. They want to, sometimes people want to wait till they have all their ducks in a row. They want to have their land prepared or utilities in place, financing ready. You don't really have to have any of that in order to, just take that first step and have that first conversation. We have our 10 simple steps. We really help you every step of the way to figure out what comes next, what's going to be your best next step. Just what you need to do to move forward. It's really easy to feel like you should have all of your decisions made before you ever even walk through the door, but we're really here to just give you all the tools you need in order to be able to make that decision. So I would say just don't be don't feel like you have to know everything before you even reach out.
Yeah, absolutely. Leah, anything that you'd like to add to that question?
No, I think Julia pretty much answered exactly what I was gonna say. So yeah.
Perfect. Okay. Well, another question for you. How can you provide reassurance to customers who may be hesitant or uncertain about building a home?
Well, one thing that is most important for an OSC to do is to hone on exactly what the hesitation is. Are they worried about time frame? Are you worried about pricing and affordability? Are you worried about the quality and the warranty? Um, One example that I can throw in about that is there was this lady that I spoke to, and this has been a while back, but she was a newly single mother of three, and that in itself can be stressful. And she'd never done anything like this before. Um, Her former husband was the one to take care of everything. So he took care of anything that needed to be fixed in the home, the exterior of the home. And that was a huge responsibility that she just was not comfortable in doing. And with renting, she had those things taken care of for her. So she wanted to take the step of building and owning something on of her own, but she was also just very hesitant on, can I handle this? Is this something that is going to be a burden for me, or is this going to be something that I can do? So she was scared, and so I gave her some reassurance about the warranty that we offer and assured her on, building new versus buying used. And what that comes with is whenever you're buying um, an existing home can be older and you've got things that might break, things that might wear out, appliances that might be older than what you're used to, a roof that might need to be replaced, and those things can be really costly. So when you are buying or when you're building a brand new home, you're building a brand new home. So you've got a brand new roof, you've got brand new appliances, you've got a brand new floor, brand new cabinets, and all of those things are going to be under warranty. So worst case scenario, if something does happen, you're covered. You can get it fixed. And that really did reassure her in the end. And she ended up building with us. So it's just, it takes a little bit of just that extra reassurance and that extra comfort and understanding on an OSC side that you are working with a human being who has challenges, who has different things that they're going against, just like us. and it just takes a lot of trust and reassurance on our end. So
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you for sharing that as well. Julia, how do you or how does Red Door as a company educate potential homebuyers about the various stages of the home building journey? Education is a big part of what we do. And so, how can people learn about the different steps in the journey?
Yeah, so we've got a lot of really good resources here, which is the exciting thing. We do our dream home workshops, which give you an opportunity to learn a little bit more about what it looks like to build with us in a more workshop type setting. You would be around, other folks who are thinking about doing this. Maybe they would ask some questions during it that maybe you wouldn't have thought to ask. This podcast, of course, is also a great resource. I mean, we talk to all different people across, our company, outside of it, people who, have built with us. Great to be able to hear all of those perspectives. Our website has tons of information on it. I mean, you can click around forever and keep learning more stuff. I know sometimes I still click around on our website and learn new things, find new things on there. Just having those conversations. As far as our dream home workshop, I will say, we do have one of those coming up, which we're really super excited about. It's going to be virtual. So, even if you can't make it out to the office, definitely check that out on February 7th. We would love to see you virtually there. And then, of course, also our Muddy Boots and Dusty Boots tours, which we do have occasionally. We, open up the homes of, our home buyers who have been so kind as to allow us to have sort of an open house. And you can see the homes that we're building either in the stage of um, in a couple of different stages of construction, either in the pre-drywall, so you can literally see the quality of the work, you can see the electric and all of those things, or, just before the home is finished. So you get to actually see it with the walls up and see what people have customized their home to look like.
Yeah, absolutely. And Leah, are there key pieces of information that you make sure every customer is aware of before they proceed further?
Yeah, I want to make sure that you know what our four, what I call buckets of pricing is. I'll talk about, you've got the base price of the home, which you see on the website. And then you got the price and the cost of land. And then you've got the cost of site development. So site development could be grading and clearing, installing your utilities, permitting, things of that nature. Really anything and everything that it's going to take to get your land buildable and ready to go. And then, of course, you've got your customizations and your personal choices for your home. And so those are just four things that you just want to keep in the back of your mind, so that whenever you do come to our discovery tour and we're going over all the processes, you kind of expect that. And we'll give you a summary of pricing at that discovery tour. It won't be detailed, but it'll at least give you an idea of what you can expect.
Yeah, and I think, what's really important for people to understand is that we take care of everything for you. So, we do offer a free land evaluation. Before you even choose to build with us, we actually do all of the land preparation for our homeowners at no additional cost to them. I think we're the only builder that I'm aware of who actually does that. And it's a significant cost savings to our homeowners as well. So we really partner with our homeowners in, creating their vision, and we're doing the heavy lifting. Really, what our customers are, I would say, in charge of is picking their home and personalizing it. Really, the fun part is picking their colors, choosing your layout, personalizing it to you. And then we're going to do the heavy lifting. We're going to build it, and we're going to hand over your keys at the end. So, it's fun. We're a no pressure environment, I talked a little bit about as well, but we're all about making sure that we're giving you the information that you need, which I think is important. Julia, can you share some examples of how customization plays a role in the customer journey?
Yeah, absolutely. So I have a good example of this. I actually had a customer last year who was moving from overseas. I think she was moving from Germany. Of course, we have a pretty significant time difference, and not only that, but she had a European phone number, so we couldn't exactly hop on a phone call. It made it difficult. All of our communication was via email. And I don't know about you, I feel like sometimes email can not feel as personal. It's kind of hard to put a face to the name. You kind of lose that personality. So with her, I actually ended up sending her video emails a few times as we worked through finding a time for her to visit when she was going to be here to see her family, coming in for her discovery tour. I would write an email for her with whatever details needed to be written out, times, days, answering any detailed questions that she had. But I would also attach a video email of myself saying hello, let her see that she was talking to a real friendly person and that I was really excited to help her on her journey to getting back home. And if I'm remembering correctly, I think her dream home consultant also did something similar when I mentioned that she really couldn't be reached outside of email, and she really enjoyed that. Um, that's the only person I can think of off the top of my head who I physically couldn't talk to on the phone. We certainly are experienced with creative solutions to helping folks who are making big moves, especially with our influx of homebuyers we have moving from out of state. We have a really large military presence in places like our Fayetteville build area. So, lots of creativity involved there in just giving everybody that same experience and making sure that we're reaching people where they need to be reached.
Absolutely. And Leah and Julia, two of our team of Dream Home Specialists, but they're chatting with our customers on our website. They're chatting with you on social media. They're responding to your text messages when you submit an inquiry online, when you call the phone number. So, these ladies and Dream Home Specialists are truly what we call the front door of our organization. And so when you do reach out, it is going to be one of these amazing team members that you'd be communicating with. So, hopefully you see how just friendly and confident each of them are. Building a home can be a significant investment. Obviously, for most, the largest investment and purchase that you will make in your lifetime. And trust and confidence is a big part in deciding who you're going to partner with, to really move forward with this investment. And, Julia, I want to ask you, how do you establish trust and confidence with your potential home buyers?
Yeah, so I try to be really upfront with people. Like I said, I came from the design center working with them for a long time, so I can speak a little bit to the experience that I have with working in the offices and what I've seen people go through. But then I also want to be very honest with people about, hey, when I can't answer a question, that might be a great question to ask your dream home consultant when you come in for a discovery tour. I just want to make sure that you have the most accurate information, that I'm not telling you anything incorrectly, and you're getting it from the correct sources. So just really being transparent the whole way through, letting them know what to expect, just like, we're doing this podcast and hopefully giving people a little bit of a better idea on what to expect when they come in, and just making sure that they're getting all the right information.
Absolutely. Leah, anything you'd like to add to that?
Yeah. So listening, I want to listen to each individual and your needs because everybody is different. And I also only answer what questions I can. And like Julia said, if I can't answer your question and it's something that I know can be answered at a discovery tour or maybe a dream home workshop, I'm going to suggest that for you. Transparency, like Julia said, is also very, very key. I'll also follow up with you when I say I will. So I'll suggest, hey, can I follow up with you in a couple days and or a couple weeks? So, whether I'm following up with you in 3 days, 3 weeks, 3 months, or next year. Everybody is different. Everybody is at a different place on your home building journey. So I'm going to meet you where you are and, really, really help you to see my transparency and my humanity too, so.
Yeah, I love that for sure. And we have a lot of, different customer and homeowner stories. We really hear everything from the happiest, which is of course, we're expanding our family, we're getting married, but sometimes the stories are not always positive at the beginning. And sometimes the reasons why people are looking to rebuild sometimes can be sad. But can you share a success story where a customer's journey from their initial inquiry to completing their home was particularly rewarding? Julia, we'll start with you.
So luckily this one is that I have is pretty happy. I recently had a customer. I actually just started talking to her right sort of at the beginning of my role as a dream home specialist here. Her name was Kimberly. This was about the end of 2022. She initially started out thinking that her family wouldn't build for at least another 3 or 4 years. And of course, just like we've been saying, we're always happy to talk, answer questions at any stage of the journey. So, I kept in touch with her over the last year or so. We chatted off and on here and there. I got to know her, her family, her pets, which she affectionately refers to as her zoo, including her 2 horses and a monkey whose name is Cooper. Um, at the tail end of last year, about December, November, somewhere in there, she reached out to me and told me that she and her husband had been talking and they actually wanted to go ahead and come in and learn a bit more about their next steps, which was really exciting. And I was really excited when they came in and they realized it was so much more attainable to build earlier than they had anticipated. They actually just signed their purchase agreement back in December, I think. So, you know, if 2 or 3 years before they initially thought, they'll probably be finishing up near the end of this year. And I know Kimberly is super, super excited. I texted her to say congratulations. She sent me a picture of her custom Design by You floor plan, which she is so excited about, and it's going to be very beautiful. She is really excited to have her huge dream closet and her quote pantry she can twirl in. That has always been her dream, and she's getting it now. So excited about that. I am really stoked to see how her home turns out. And Kimberly, if you're listening to this, I do need pictures of Cooper in the new home ASAP. Just, whenever you can get those to me.
I love that. Okay, Leah, how about you? Any kind of rewarding, memorable stories?
Yeah, so this one is a little bit sad, but I did speak to a dad who they had lost everything. Their home had burned down. It was a home that had been in the family for a very, very long time. And so it was a home that was virtually irreplaceable. And he was devastated, and they had been living in different hotel rooms here and there. It was a family of 5, so you can imagine that that was kind of stressful for anybody. And so we ended up getting them in. Um, they were able to build a 3-bedroom, 2-bath. I think 2 of the kids ended up having to share a room, but they thought that that home was the Taj Mahal. It was like the best thing in the entire world for them. And so that was just a really rewarding experience for me to help them discover the potential of building, and like Julia said, that it really was more attainable. Their story was a little bit different, but at the end of the day, they went from, what the dad ended up telling me, rags to riches. So it was just a really sweet story that I was really touched that I had a part in.
I love
So
that. I'm so glad that you both were able to join me today. Any final words of advice for those listening who are considering building, but either maybe haven't reached out or taken that initial discovery tour yet? Julia, let's start with you.
Yeah, I mean, really, we've kind of gone over it a couple of times, but like you really have nothing to lose and everything to gain by taking that first step. Every single one of our homeowners started out exactly like you, and now they have not only a great investment, but also a beautiful home that is built to fit them and your family and their family. Whatever your questions are, wherever you're at, however far in the future you're thinking about building, we would love to talk to you. We would love to see how we can help you get to that next step whenever and however that is.
I love that. Okay, Julia, or Leah, sorry, how about you?
yeah, echoing what Julia said, just take that first step. Don't hesitate about it. I know a lot of people are like, I don't want to waste your time. I'm not ready yet. It's not a waste of time. It really isn't. We love talking to you. We love conversing with you, learning about your wants and needs, learning about why you came to us, and meeting you where you are. And it's our absolute pleasure to give you that power, give you that information, because information is power. So we want to meet you where you are. We want to help you as best as we possibly can, and the only way that we can do that is if you pick up the phone and call us.
Yeah, absolutely. Or text. We can text too.
We can do that
Um,
too.
all the forms of communication we are here for. I want to thank you, our listeners, for joining us on the Dream Home Podcast. If you're thinking about building, Leah and Julia say take the first step, reach out, visit, or maybe just make a wish list. Red Door Homes is here to guide you. And so that's something that we're really passionate and excited about. Your dream home journey starts now with Red Door Homes. Thanks for dreaming with us, and we'll see you next time.